Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today, we have some really exciting news that could potentially shake up the entire NFC East and bring a fresh wave of energy to the Dallas Cowboys defense. You know, as fans, we're always looking for those key moves that can push our team to that next level, especially when it comes to defense, which has been a focus of recent seasons. And let me tell you, what's happening right now in the offseason is nothing short of intriguing. The Cowboys are actively exploring options to bolster their defensive line, and one name that's been making waves in NFL circles is none other than Jonathan Bullard, a seasoned defensive tackle currently available as a free agent. Yes, folks, that's right, Bullard could soon be calling Dallas home, and if he does, it might just be the addition that turns our defensive struggles into a thing of the past. Now, before we get into the specifics of this potential signing, let's set the scene a little. The Cowboys, as we all know, have had their ups and downs on defense over the past few seasons. While the offense has often been the highlight, especially with stars like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard, the defense has sometimes fallen short, especially against the run and in pass rush. This has been a recurring theme that Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy, and the entire coaching staff have been trying to fix. They want that consistent, disruptive defensive front that can pressure quarterbacks, stuff the run, and create turnovers, those game-changing plays that can swing momentum in our favor. And in this pursuit, the front office has been looking at all options, including the free agency market, which is currently bustling with talent, experience, and potential. Enter Jonathan Bullard, a name that's been gaining attention. For those who might not be fully familiar, Bullard is a defensive tackle with solid NFL experience, known for his versatility, high motor, and ability to disrupt plays in the trenches. He's not just a run stopper, he's a player who can generate pressure from the interior, collapse pockets, and help set the tone for a more aggressive pass rush. Over his career, Bullard has been a journeyman, having played for several teams, including the Chicago Bears, Arizona Cardinals, and most recently the Seattle Seahawks. Each stop has given him valuable experience, and he's shown flashes of that disruptive ability that can be a game-changer. What makes Bullard an attractive option for the Cowboys? Well, first off, his technical skills stand out. He's quick off the snap, has good hand placement, and understands leverage well, traits that allow him to shed blocks and get into the backfield. His ability to pressure the quarterback is particularly noteworthy. He's recorded multiple sacks and quarterback hits over his career, and that's exactly what the Cowboys need, more consistent pressure from the interior line. Plus, he's a stout run defender, capable of plugging gaps and holding his ground against powerful offensive linemen. That's crucial because, in recent seasons, opponents have exploited gaps in our run defense, especially on third and short situations and in the red zone. Bullard's presence could mitigate some of those issues and give our linebackers and edge rushers more freedom to attack. But it's not just about what he can do on the field. Bullard's leadership qualities and veteran presence can be invaluable in the locker room. We all know that a team's chemistry, morale, and leadership often make the difference in close games and playoff atmospheres. Having a guy who's been around the league, who understands what it takes to succeed, can serve as a mentor for the younger players and help build a culture of resilience and accountability within the defensive unit. This is especially important for a team like the Cowboys, which is loaded with young talent eager to learn and grow. Bullard's experience can help shape that growth and push the entire defense to perform at a higher level. And let's not forget the strategic aspect. The Cowboys have been careful with their cap space, but they also recognize the importance of investing in the defense to secure wins now and in the future. Signing a free agent like Bullard is a smart move because it's a low-risk, potentially high-reward addition. He's not a superstar, but he's a proven NFL player who can slot into multiple schemes, whether it's a 3-4 or a 4-3 base defense. His versatility means he can be plugged into different roles along the line, giving defensive coordinator Dan Quinn even more flexibility to dial up creative blitz packages and stunts. Now, I want to pause here for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, the importance of strengthening the defensive line cannot be overstated. The Cowboys have a talented secondary with Trayvon Diggs, who's coming off a season where he showed flashes of brilliance but also some inconsistency. Having a more aggressive front seven, with high-motor players like Bullard, could help generate more turnovers, create pressure, and ultimately lead to more wins. The addition of Bullard would also complement the existing rotation, which includes players like Osa Odigizua, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Micah Parsons, who's primarily an outside linebacker but can also line up inside in certain packages. Speaking of Parsons, we all know how much of a game-changer he's been for Dallas. His explosiveness, speed, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback make him one of the most feared defenders in the league. But even the best edge rusher needs help from the interior, especially when facing dual-team blocks and double teams. That's where Bullard's role could be vital, disrupting those double teams and freeing up Parsons and others to make plays. With Bullard in the middle, the Cowboys' defense could become even more unpredictable, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws and bad decisions. Looking at the bigger picture, the Cowboys have been building a competitive roster, but championship teams are built on depth and consistency across all phases. The addition of a player like Jonathan Bullard signals that the team is serious about taking that next step. It's about more than just filling a roster spot, it's about adding a piece that can change the way opponents approach our defense. If Bullard can replicate or even improve on his previous performances, he could be the missing link that helps Dallas turn some of those close losses into decisive victories. The NFC is tough, with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions all vying for supremacy, but the Cowboys know that a stronger, more disruptive defense can be the equalizer. And, of course, fans are buzzing right now, trying to read between the lines and speculate about how this move will impact the team's chemistry, scheme, and overall strategy. The Cowboys have a history of shrewd off-season moves, and this one seems to fit perfectly with their philosophy of building a tough, resilient team that can compete at the highest level. It's about creating a culture of relentless pursuit, of never giving up, and of doing whatever it takes to win. Now, as we get into the final stretch of this discussion, I want to remind you that the offseason is a time of hope and anticipation. Every move, every signing, every draft pick is a piece of the puzzle that can lead us to that much-desired Super Bowl. The Cowboys are no strangers to high expectations, and the fans' passion fuels that pursuit. With the potential addition of Jonathan Bullard, the defense gets a boost in experience and versatility, and that could be the edge we need against some of the league's most potent offenses. Looking forward, the Cowboys will also be monitoring the draft and other free agent signings, trying to fill any remaining gaps. There's always a chance that more moves are on the horizon, whether it's a linebacker, a cornerback, or perhaps even another defensive lineman. The offseason is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape, and the Cowboys are at the heart of it, eager to make strategic moves that will serve them well in the upcoming season. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential signing? Do you think Jonathan Bullard is the missing piece for our defensive line? Are you confident that with him, the defense will take a giant leap forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. This team has the talent, the coaching, and the passion to make a real run, and with your support, we'll be here every step of the way, bringing you all the inside scoop, analysis, and insights. Thanks for sticking with us, Cowboys Nation, and as always, let's keep the faith and keep pushing forward.